right. What's poppin', everybody? This is my first YouTube live on like a mobile device. So kind of figuring it all out. But any hooch. So I know a while back I tried to stream the soft opening for everybody on YouTube, and I was having a lot of technical difficulties, so I just kind of paused for now until I could get that camera back right. But for now, I might as well go live and show you guys what's happening in the store, and of course let you guys know what's going to be happening. I have an event coming up this week, actually this weekend on Saturday, February 26th. Love and Light, David, was popping. Just a little sip and shop. It's nothing too fancy. However, I will be showing everyone the new spring items that I have in, which I'm excited about. Definitely want to start getting your spring closet together early this year, ladies, because you know, it seemed like it's a busy year for everybody. I'm not even gonna lie. Everybody around me has big projects going, and they are like planning out entire quarters of their year. And you know, you already know what events you got coming up. You already know what occasions you have. You writing everything down. So you might as well start shopping for those occasions, because one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to traveling or big events or big occasions is like last minute shopping. I cannot, I can't. Like I'll just end up wearing something basic out of my closet and iron it or something like that if I have to last minute shop. So I've definitely been getting into seasonal shopping right before the season starts, because there are already certain ideas I have in my head of how I want to look or certain accessories I want to get. And what I've been finding too is that, you know, if you don't want to get stuck buying stuff online, because it's a pro and a con to everything. And I'll get into that in a second. But if you don't want to get stuck buying stuff online, start looking, you know, out ahead of time so you can start getting those items, like especially for like more specialty items, like say a beret, or say a hemp, something made of hemp, or some special denim or something like that. Start looking for those things ahead of time, because by the time like mid-season comes, or like the thick of the season, like don't wait to go swimsuit shopping in June. It's too late. And it's crazy because they're still going to be putting out swimsuits and swimsuits and swimsuits, but it's so overwhelming at that point. Like, at least for me, it's way better to just buy it ahead of time, because again, like I said, there's so much that goes into an outfit, especially if you're a fashionista. It's so much that goes into an outfit that it's like you could take 3 months planning out an entire look, honestly. Because if I just start going down a list of everything that goes into like a look for me, is a lot. And it's not just an outfit, you know, it's the actual garment that you're wearing. Then you have to have, come on, shoes. Don't even get me started on shoes, you guys. Like, shoes are life when it comes to styling. You know what? Shoes are so important that you can literally wear a basic plain outfit, which is why I love like my hem sets and my bamboo sets, because it's days like that. And then you just put on one of the coolest pair of kicks. Easy. Like, I just sometimes you need it to be easy like that. But there are other occasions where you need to plan those looks out, honey. You might have a big office meeting and you want to make an impression. You might start doing color research so that you can be more likable and more in alignment with your bosses, so that you can get what you want out of the situation. I mean, it's all for you and for your goals and stuff like that. So when you planning out them outfits, honey, you got to be serious about it, and it might take you a little bit of time. So that's why I shop ahead, because when you find those special items, it might take you a little bit of time to find each little piece that goes with it. And one thing I'll say this too, and I learned this over the years, because you know, when you get into this fashion thing and you start learning what your style is and how you want to dress, you will start to realize that certain looks you can't pull off unless you have everything in alignment. So let's say, I don't know, you wanted to wear a certain outfit. I'm trying to think of a certain style that kind of takes a bit of time to pull off. People think streetwear is like it's casual and stuff like that, but people think streetwear is easy to pull off, and it's not. And I'm not talking about like your basic joggers and things. I'm talking about kind of the more luxe, like actual New York streetwear style that we see, where it just kind of looks like a whole bunch of kicks and jackets and layers and things. They put a lot of layers and things together. Like, that should be looking sweet to me. That's personally not my personal style, but I like it on them. But it takes time to put that together. They're literally, let me tell you something. If people say, oh, they just go in there and just throw stuff on, I'm telling you, they're years in a game of styling themselves. So don't think for 1 second that these people aren't practicing. You have to practice a look. So, and why when they wear it, when you look at that blog picture or that editorial, why when they wear it, it looks so good and put together, even though it's just like a whole bunch of fancy scarves and, you know, a Montclair jacket with some Balenciaga gym shoes, but why it looks sweet on them. But then when you see other people kind of wearing it, walking down the street, you like, ooh, you know, like you kind of crunch up at it like, ooh, they kind of wearing it wrong, you know. And that goes back to my point, like when you're putting together an outfit, every single piece of that outfit has to be cohesive. It has to be. I used to love watching Project Runway. Project Runway was my junk. And I loved it because, of course, I got to see people make clothes, which I just love to watch, see, do, participate in all parts. I want all of the foolery in clothing and making it. But the other thing that I loved about Project Runway is that they actually broke down what style was to them, and they use very key terms to kind of illustrate to people, even if you don't know about fashion, just to illustrate to people that there has to be certain things involved in a look. You're not going to get out of it. You're not going to get past it. There's certain things that have to be involved in a look. It just has to be. And people talk about, they said this word a lot on Project Runway, cohesion and cohesive. Like, oh my God, when they would just say stuff like that, I would just be like, yes, it's not cohesive. You feel me? Like, I like your fabrics. You pick great textiles. It looks high quality. However, your cuts, how you put the other two looks together, and then why would you put that garment with that garment? It's not cohesive, honey. And that's the difference between these kind of high fashion looks or editorial looks. Even when they look carefree or thrown together, there is an art to that. It's an art to look like you just threw it together. So don't let people try to play you, because trust me, they're putting in effort. And I know I talk that effortless junk all day. And it's really just like a play on slang, like, oh, slay, honey, slay, like effortless, honey, because, you know, that's how you have to make it look. When you put your outfits together and you walk outside, that's how you have to make it look, baby. You got to make it look effortless. Even if you spent an hour and a half in your walk-in closet switching out shoes because you just couldn't pick one, doesn't matter. Like, you have to make it look effortless, honey. Because if you looking like, I'll say this, especially in new fashion days, like you have those who just gonna do the most. They're just gonna do the most. That's just who they are. They do the most, okay? But then you have people who, they don't want to try or want to look like they're trying. They just want to have this kind of easy appeal. So I guess just to give you guys some examples, like Rihanna, like people talk about Rihanna a lot because they consider her to have somewhat of like an effortless style, which she does. She has a very easygoing style. She's very eclectic, but it's such a range. She has like range for days, right? And she always shows up to the occasion, dressed for the occasion. And that's another thing I love about fashion, because fashion shows you where you're going. You see what I'm saying? Fashion lets you know. It'll let someone know where you're going. And this is how you know if you're like on your fashionista. You know, if you're literally going in the closet and you're just like, let me just put this on because I had to put something on. No, don't do that. It's almost guaranteed you're going to have some type of malfunction, frustration, or something. And then also it cuts off your creative energy. And what you wear, people talk about so much about how, you know, you shouldn't be materialistic, and you shouldn't be those things to a certain extent, because what it does is it draws away your capacity for empathy and compassion for others, because you're more absorbed in, inanimate objects, and less concerned about human nature and human interaction. However, there's a complementary aspect to that kind of more humble type of ideology. And it is, you need to dress for the occasion. And it's not about you. It's not about these superficial things. I really want to I want to kind of start moving away from that, because I feel like we know those things, we've practiced it, and we have an understanding of it, and we could talk more about it later, but there's more to the fashion story than it just being materialistic. And we could talk about the quality of clothes and all of that. This ain't got nothing to do with that. What I'm talking about here is like, this is one of kind of the most intimate forms of self-expression for me. And I want to share it with other people, because I feel like it could be a very serious and empowering form of self-expression for you all, especially if it's explained in a way that, again, it's not this materialistic, ooh, rock it. It's more of a getting in touch with yourself, and then aligning your closet with what you do. You'd be surprised how many people's closets do not align with what they do. You can't be a construction worker and only own suits. You see what I'm saying? And especially in this day and age, many of us do many different things. So that means your closet needs to reflect that as well. Okay? If you're working out every day and you only got one pair of workout tights, come on. You need to get more workout tights. And it's not the materialisticness. It's the time management aspect. It's the self-expression. And then being able to be prepared for your day. I just don't know how important, if I could just go to the rooftop right now and scream that, I would, because it's just so true. You need to dress for the occasion. What you say, David? The smartest people in human history was always the flyest. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Okay? And I love how, like I said, style can be what you want it to be. That's what I love about it. I couldn't stand back in the day when I came from a much more judgmental time period where, the children in school were less free and more bullies and stuff like that. But I'm appreciating the time that we're in now, where people are able to just dress how they want to dress and be expressive in that unabashedly. You're not going to get made fun of for wearing big bell bottoms, you know what I'm saying, with a big belt and a crop top. They're not going to be like, oh, she thinks she's so-and-so. You're not going to get judged if you got a big afro and all of that stuff. Like, I remember when I was wearing my afro and stuff, they was like, girl, you look like Angela Davis. And they was just like, people, how people are. Like, it just was like, child, you stuck in another time period. And it's just like, I have hair, and, you get tired of doing the same thing. I'm wearing an afro. Like, that's what I'm on. It's so many different things, like things that, people want to do with their hair, people want to do, and people are going to try to judge you for it or try to stop you from doing it. And it's funny because them same people will turn around and get the same things done, and that shit will have you rolling. It'll have you rolling how they didn't want you to do it, but strangely enough, they found themselves doing it. So, let that be a testimony to you all. Do what you do and get in that closet and be creative, because honestly, who's seriously, like, they're not paying your bills. So I think it's worth a try. especially too if you one of those people, like if you already super fashioned out, like this is just like me preaching to the choir. You just like, yeah honey, I love it, I'm about to go on my, you inspire me to plan out the rest of my outfits for the week or something like that. But if you're somebody who's really trying to get into your whatever your fashion bag is, you know, start with what's in your closet now. Like I feel like a good thing to do is just like go in your closet and, you know, make some analysis of things. Like one of my big kind of markers for like what, like if my closet is going where I want it to go is my amount of denim. Straight up. Like I have to have at least, I was gonna say 5, I was gonna say 6 pairs of jeans that are my, like if you try to take them away from me, I'm gonna hold on to the leg and you're dragging me because they're my favorite jeans. Like I have to have at least 5 pairs of those jeans. And why? Because for me, denim is like a staple. Denim is like toilet tissue and paper towel for me. If you don't got denim, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially nowadays, they putting stretch in the denim and stuff and making it nice for curvy girl. I'm like, shoot, let me get that denim. High quality denim. I want the good stuff. You know, and I gotta have like 5 pairs of those, different washes, straight leg, bell bottom. Like, that's a staple for me. Another big staple for me is denim shirts. Yes. Can't wait till I get them in store at TrapWithOracle, because I'm telling y'all, like, the basics is where it's at. You got all your basics and you got a nice little shoe collection. You can pretty much just ride off of that if you want. And that's what I'm saying. That might be your style. So I'm just here to try to get those ideas flowing, inspire y'all, and really get y'all thinking about your closets, because it might be something as simple as, shoot, I just need to get a few more pairs of denim and give me a couple more button-ups, and that's really my style. You know, I remember I was wearing my shirts. I would always tie my shirt up in the front. I don't know why. I needed a cinchation. I liked having my waist cinched. So, cause I'm like, t-shirts on me, they just dang, you know, it's like, it's my body shape, you know, it's not even like a, oh, you need to do this. Like, it's literally like my body shape. I don't like, I need to see a cinch happening on me. Otherwise, it's just gonna look like, you know, my shoulders and my hips is gonna connect and it just look like one big rectangle. And I don't like that for myself. You might like that for you. That might be a silhouette that's befitting for you. And I've seen it on people and it works for them. It don't work for me. It just don't work for me. So I had to tie my shirts up in the front, honey. And I was trying to mess out them shirts. I'm telling you, I swear I had permanent tie marks in all my t-shirts because I just was not in the mugs in the front because had to get that cinch. Had to get that cinch. So, you know, simple things like that make your closet. And, you know, you can't worry yourself about, oh, am I doing this too much or doing that too much? You know, worry about if your clothes are clean and if you're staying true to yourself, because that's what matters. When you want to refresh your style and go shopping, you'll do that. Trust me, you will not have any type of shortage of shopping experiences around you. So when the time comes, you'll refresh. But for now, just get jiggy with it, get in that closet. And, you know, if you're more of a simple person, keep it simple. And if you are more of a simple person, I will let you know right now, sets. If you're one of those people, you kind of do the same thing every day. You kind of have a basic outfit that you need to wear every day that's gonna work for you. Sets. Think about it. When you go to the hospital or a nursing home, what do the nurses and nurse aides have on? They have on scrubs and it's a set. Why though? Because it's simple. Every day they have a matching top and a bottom, and they put on their can't remember the name of them hospital shoes. I always wanted a pair. But they put on their hospital shoes and they go to work. And why though? Because it's a utilization, a high utilization with sets. And it's also less worry. It's like a uniform. You know, I went to Catholic school growing up, so I had to wear a uniform, you know, for a certain, you know, up to a certain grade. So, Sweatpants all day, and high quality sweatpants too, because I'm with the 100% cotton sweatpants. And yes, I will pay good money for my sweatpants, because yeah, it ain't nothing like having that polyester rubbing on you like that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But paying that good money for that good, heavy, thick material, cause and then you don't want to play. When the fall come around and that breeze whip up, you don't want to play with the cheap, with, you know, get you something quality, you know. Hun, sets. Get you a set. A 3-piece set, a 2-piece set, matching top and bottom, matching short set, matching skirt set, matching pant. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm definitely, for the spring, I don't have a lot of sets right now, but for the summer, I'll probably have more sets coming in. However, I do have some more sets here now, and I mean, it's so easy. And a lot of my sets, I think all, well, except one, all of them got pockets pretty much, save for one. So, you just can't beat it. Like, ooh. Like today, I don't have on my matching skirt or my shorts today, because wasn't nobody about to wear no booty shorts out in the middle of February. But another reason I love sets is because you get to break them up. So today I got on my denim. Really, it tried me today. It tried me. I got on my denim, but I got on, you know, cute little hemp shirt, and, you know, really wanted to be effortless today. Really wanted to just, I'm like, I'm not trying. I did my workout today. I'm just kind of real chill right now. I just want to look like I'm kind of painting an art canvas right now. Like, and that's my swag today. And that's another reason I love sets. You can break them up. You can mix and match. Okay? And it really don't get no better than sets. I'm sorry. I'm biased, because I'm like, listen, you put on your set. Let's say you got to get up for work in the morning. You one of those people that like to sleep in. You pull that set out the night before, you iron it. That's it. All you have to do is worry about all of your undergarments. So if you're a lady, you know, if you wear bras, your bra, your panty, and your socks. If you a fella, you know, your boxes and your socks, and you pull out your shoes. So just doing things like that to help you out with your day. I think sets, it cut a lot of time down for stuff like that, you know. Because who really, especially during your work week, wants to go into their closet and literally be like, oh my God, I really want to wear these pants today. Like, these are my pants today. And then you like looking around, and you got to find the top. Like, that's low-key hella annoying. It's a pet peeve of mine, low-key. But yeah. All right, let's do this. I'm about to show you guys a bit of the store, so you can come over sometime. All right, so TrapWithOracle, the store. I have it's a cute little section up in here, you know. Got some things back there. I haven't named my plant yet. I don't know what to call. I don't know if should I call it a boy or a girl. I don't know. It's giving me, I don't know. It's giving me guy vibes, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Sing to us while you present. Y'all hilarious. I can't. You put me on spot. I don't know what to call my plant. I'm getting a different mirror. Don't talk about my mirror. But yes, I guess we should start from the outside. So when you come out, it is warm today. Oh my goodness. So you come out, you guys can kind of see a little bit what's going on. It's real popping on this street, as you can see. A lot of traffic, a lot of activity, real active. But I have the decal on the door, so you can't miss it. 3rd floor, 1130 Chattahoochee Avenue, Atlanta. Oh yeah, say hi to my bamboo plants. They're the key. They're not even real bamboo. They're lucky bamboo. But they're super cute. So here's where I kind of focus a lot of the ethically curated items. And thank you. And, you know, like ethically curated for me means giving something, first of all, something that I would wear. And two, it having a certain aspect or niche about it that makes it more ethical. Like, not saying that clothing made in China is unethical. However, I've heard things, and there's really no way of me going over to China and looking at those factories and things like that. As unfair as America can be, I do feel like more American made and American manufactured items is more of a cross check with it. And let's say we did want to just be like, I'm going down to the manufacturer and stuff like that. There's more of a chance for us to get in on that and to see what's popping and what's going on in these facilities, because the truth is we don't know. We don't know what's popping. Call it Bella. Lord have mercy. Not the free concert. I might get y'all a free concert. Who knows? I might sing something. But yeah, ethically curated here. We got bamboo. We got hemp clothing. And then, you know, we got your organic cotton and things and stuff like that. These little bamboo pants are just the cutest though. And they're super soft. And they make your booty look nice. FYI. But yeah, clothing all on the wall. And of course, you guys, I have plus size items. So, oh man. Okay. And I got plus size items here. So it's like, it's fun for everybody up in here. It's my new mushroom teas, which are really sweet. And then I have a So Ionic corner. Like, of course, I'm gonna have something So Ionic here. It's just necessary. It's necessary. All right. There is no way that I could open up a physical store. My king is KT the Arts degree, and I not offer some sort of products from him. You know, the site be bumping, the site be going crazy, the site people buy online all the time. So I just want to be able to, we want to be able to offer some in-store herbals where you can pick it up same day. You know what I'm saying? You can come and shop, and it's not everything on the site. However, it's certain things that are really good products and, you know, something for your daily minerals and vitamins and things. So I'm definitely proud to have the products in store and to be able to offer that to the community, because I know, you know, people be waiting on their orders, and it be serious. This herb game is serious out here. People be wanting their herbs. Let me just say that. Do not play with these people about their herbs, because they do not be playing with us. At all. Yay! I'm so happy. Okay, good. Well, at least people getting their orders. They getting their orders. But yeah, if you don't want to wait and you looking for a few things, you know, I can tell you guys right now what I have. I have Tanzanian moss. I have the golden chondrus crispus, and I have phytoplankton. The marine phytoplankton, which this is like the truth. I mean, all of it's honestly the truth, but you know, personal favorites, you know. This is the other thing that's the truth. Like, when I tell y'all this is nothing to play with, like, you really slacking and slouching on your energy and stuff like that, you gotta get you some Sochi, y'all. Okay, and I know we're about to go into the solstice in March, but the thing about, no, I'm sorry, the equinox. Why do I do this? Is it the equinox or the solstice? Why am I like this? I know better than this. It's the equinox, spring equinox. But yeah, happy to offer it. We're still in a bit of a vitamin D winter. I know Atlanta is like warm and it's really hasn't been much of a winter, but in other places I know it's not the same. And then also, even though it's still been warmer here, the sun is still at a certain angle, so that means the sun is still coming up at a certain angle and we're not getting the full UVB spectrum like we should. I know we're just getting probably UVA right now, maybe just a little bit of UVA, going back into more UVA, and then going back into UVB probably after the equinox. So it's still necessary to keep your vitamin D processes and enzymatic processes going, and the Sotriol D can help with that. You still have to go in the sun though, so don't think you could take it and like go sit down somewhere. Like, no, don't do that. Go outside still and keep your metabolic processes pumping, because you don't want to just, you know, put your body on standby like that. So this is the next section. Okay. This is kind of my metaphysical corner over here. And it's not kind of, it is my metaphysical corner. It's popping over here and it keeps growing. As you see, it's a lot going on here already. And it's about to be even more. Believe it or not, it's about to be even more popping up in here. And I'm really excited. Oh, yeah. These little jackets, man, it's too fly for you. It's too fly. Way too fly. Not sure if you guys know about Rose of Jericho. Really, really dope. I have not bought in my glass container. I might be able to do it in one of those cups, but I know it just looks like this dried up plant, right? Wrong. You put like a glass or a bowl, like a wide bowl, and you put some water in it, a shallow pool of water, and you sit this Jericho rose in, and I think it takes about a day or two, and it comes back to life. And when I say come back to life, I mean the thing turns back green and everything, and like starts growing like nothing ever happened. Rose of Jericho. It is biblical. I need to go back and refresh myself on the Bible story. However, what I can tell you about it is it's a resurrection plant. So just intuitively, and this is what I want to start teaching people too. I'll get into that in a second. But intuitively, when we're looking at curios or hoodoo items or any type of metaphysical item, and we might be confused on how to use it, especially natural things, which I'm more into. I use more of the natural herbal kind of spiritual and metaphysical tools, like Rose of Jericho. But intuitively, when I explain to you what the Rose of Jericho does, just think about what it does and apply that to how you can use it metaphysically. All right. So it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth plant. It's for your resurrection. If you're in a dark space right now, if you're going through a heavy transformation right now, if these things are happening to you, it might be in your best interest to get a Rose of Jericho and to start growing it, or even set it next to your bed. So these are the type of things I'm going to start getting into with people, and how to use plants as spiritual medicine. So KT really talks about how to use those plants for your physical health. And trust me, you need to know those things too. But there's also spiritual aspects, because we suffer, especially all of my empathetic folks out there, we suffer from spiritual attacks, nightmares, entities that try to come to us in the form of dreams, in the form of people. Okay. And having certain herbs and certain herb knowledge can help you navigate these things, because the truth of the matter is you can't avoid a lot of these energies. You can do your best to ward them off, especially if you're doing kind of preventative work. But the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, you won't be able to just completely get rid of all of these people. So knowing how to navigate and having the tools, the spiritual tools, is where it's at. What y'all talking about? The vitamin D has been a lifesaver for this Miami girl. No, for real though. I'm trying to tell you, my hype is so real. Y'all, this store is so dope. Loving the high quality sage we got from the store. Y'all like the sage? It does smell like really good. I don't know why, but it really does smell good. Not sure. But yeah. Y'all talk about the best sage ever. Y'all hilarious. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited to share with y'all too. If y'all about to say scope to more, she's about to be doing body sculpting. I can't wait till she comes over here. She comes over here, next we're doing a whole workshop together, and we're gonna sculpt some bodies and talk to people about fascia, and I'm gonna talk to them about hoodoo, and we can give them herbs and sculpt their bodies out and just have a grand old time. I cannot wait. But you got to come over here. You got to come to America. soon, girl. But I really am excited to kind of start getting into the hoodoo, getting into herbal root work, and even some Bible, I don't even want to call it magic, but like Bible affirmations and things like that, and kind of talk about my background with that, because people come into this spiritual game in different ways. And it's the truth. Some people are introduced by way of priestesses or priests. Some people get into Ifa and the Orishas and Yoruba. And some people get into Santeria. I can't remember the exact name of what they practice down in Brazil, but the different types of metaphysical practices they do down in Brazil, Central America, and South America. People get introduced to it in different ways. People teach themselves. And the truth of the matter is, for me personally, and everybody's different. And that's what I had to learn. Everybody feels, because when you're taught a certain way or a certain system, people feel that you got to follow that system. And what I love about what I do is, my only system is the Most High God. I don't follow nobody else. I don't follow nothing else. It's the Most High God, and that's my spiritual work. That is my root work. That is my balance. That's my guide. That's my guide. The Most High God assists my divine and loving ancestors to help me out. Because that's crazy. Like, you really think God got all day to be dealing with you? Like, that's why he got angels and stuff like that. But, all jokes aside, that's my true path in this life, in this world. And, the Most High has made it incredibly clear that I'm not to follow any of these other types of magic, type of magic systems, because they're not there to serve me and for what I'm trying to do. And that doesn't mean it's not serving anybody else. That doesn't mean it's not serving anyone else. That just means it's not there to serve me, and that's okay. Now, with that being said, like I said, I feel like I'm being called to just share those things that I have been studying and have been practicing with myself. And if I had to place myself and put myself in some sort of category, or to give people an idea of the type of metaphysical knowledge and metaphysical practices and applications I get into, I can definitely summarize it for you, for sure. And I'll start with the biblical aspects of it. As I said before, I'm more kind of a Bible, I wouldn't even say Christianity based, because in real life I'm kind of I'm I am Islamo-Judeo-Christian. I know, sounds crazy. But in real life, I actually practice all three religions. I mean, if you actually picked apart my life and looked at my habits and rituals, you would see those things like kind of present. And it's interesting. I feel like a lot of us practice the three aspects of the big three religions. The big three religions, they all tie into each other. They're all related. For me, it's not really, I don't alienate them. However, the Bible is something I grew up on, so I understand it the most. And it's a lot of good information in there that you can use to help guide yourself, regardless of if you believe it happened or not. Just using it as a guide. And then also, too, the age of the book. The book is so old. and it's connected to a time in history that we know very little about, say for things like the Bible. And it's also in a time of history, a great war and catastrophe and destruction happening in the world. So it makes for a great tool nowadays, especially when we look at what's going on. This is you know, especially with the pandemic. I mean, they come in apocalypse. I mean, so what are we to do? We should start looking through these texts, these ancient texts, and start searching, because history repeats itself, and it's doing it right now. And you know, it's, I mean, if you, it's we have free will, because it's your choice to see it or not. I mean, especially after a certain point. So I am more biblical based in the sense that I do use more of a Christian view to explain things. I talk about God, Elohim, Allah, in a more Christian-esque type of way that you would see at least in the verbalization of it. I talk in a more Christian-esque type of kind of Baptist church type of way. And people that know me noticed. I feel like, you know, the way I stylize my words and the way that I speak in certain spiritual capacities, that y'all can resonate with that. So I use it as a way to kind of translate or speak or interpret my spiritual gifts, if you will. In addition to kind of having a biblical focus, also too, there's certain Bible verses you can read when you're doing certain protection spells and stuff, and they're very powerful. It's certain things about the way that you word stuff and how you speak it that it really brings power to the situation. So that'll be something I talk about as well too, about how you need to speak with conviction. And I think this is where I get in trouble a lot of times, because I speak with conviction like all the time. I don't, it's like it's always a backbone in my voice. And you know, I'm learning from that, and when to do it and when to not, and to have knowing it's a time and a place for that as well. However, when you are doing these protection spells and you are getting into your metaphysical work, it's imperative that you have a unwavering not only voice but faith. And your faith is going to help your voice grow, and to put strength in your voice, and to put strength in your heart, because you got to have heart in order to say these things. The reason why, and I'll move on in a second, but the reason why is because when you really start getting to your metaphysical work, you will start feeling energies around you trying to get you to stop. And that's how you know what you're doing is not only powerful and profound, but it's necessary to you. And this is what I'm talking about when I say psychic attacks, entities being visited by entities, and all of that type of stuff. Like, this is when I start talking about those things, this is when why I'm speaking on why you have to have conviction in your voice, and have assurance in your voice and in your speech, because in the Bible, I feel, helps you with that. And you can use the Torah as well, and the Quran as well, if you know it better. But when you speak it, you better speak it with some conviction. You don't play over those ancient words like that. And that's another thing too. You don't want to be disrespectful to the divine loving ancestors and things that have written those texts. And we know things have been altered, but if you're going to use it for that intent, you need to use it with that respect as well. You know, so don't think you're going to just go use the Bible and be like, oh, you know, I'm using the Bible to put this protection spell, and, you know, you have these kind of malefic ideologies about it. Don't use it then, because it's not serving you. If you're going to talk bad about it. But that's why you will start to feel, you'll stand right at your altar over your candle and literally feel something keeping your hand from lighting the candle. And people they get scared of that type of shit. And that's cool. You could be scared of it, but just know your ass gonna be even more terrified when your sleep paralysis kick in, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many spiritual things that happen to us that we cannot explain, and they scare the living crap out of us. So you got two choices. You're going to run from it, or you're going to face it. Because as I said before, certain things we can do our best to try to avert certain negative energies and try to keep them at bay. But at the end of the day, you will have to cross paths with certain energies and certain entities. So how are you going to deal with it is the question. Are you one of them lackadaisical people that's just like, oh, everybody's good, and oh, I see the kindness in everyone, and and just be ignorant to energies? Are you one of those people that just never look deeper into people, or constantly getting taken advantage of because of it, never asking the right questions and stuff, and then it's always a surprise or something like that? Those types of things, people want you to stay like that. I just want you to know that. People don't want you to grow from that or grow out of that. Because growing out of that means that, you're entering another spiritual paradigm and leaving those people behind. Or those entities behind as well. And my thing is, you could be feeling it could be from some actual physical person. It could be an entity. I'm just saying that when I say an entity, it could be any of those things. It could be all of the above. It could be a ghost. It could be a malefic ancestor, because all your ancestors ain't good. Just so you know. Like, we hear about aunties and uncles and, molestation in the family and stuff like you don't think that was happening 200 years ago in your bloodline? If it happened 2 generations ago in your bloodline, you don't think it happened 30 generations ago in your blood? So just be wise of that as well, and knowing too, if you're constantly connecting with your ancestors, know that every single person in your bloodline may not have been of service to the Most High. At least not consciously and willingly. So just keeping those things in mind, because that's all part of the spirit. And this whole spiritual game that we're going through, and learning not to be afraid of these kind of, which are very frightful, these very frightful spiritual experiences, learning not to be afraid of them and coaching ourselves through them, not through I don't even gonna say what it's not through. We're doing it through getting in touch with the Most High, because that's where it's at. If we ain't talking about the Most High God, get in touch with the Most High God, learning to hear the Most High through your own being. Because a lot of times these readers and these seers, they want to be the person that you're seeing God through, and that you're connecting to God with. And I don't want that. I want you to have your own source, and I want you to connect, and I want to help assist you connect with God, so that you can connect with your divine and loving ancestors in the process. You might be listening to energies and entities that's telling you they're your family, or that they have your best interest at heart, and because you haven't fully connected with the divine source of God, you haven't realized that this energy or entity that's been coaching you or helping you is malefic. So that's another reason why you have to bring God into the picture when you start dealing with the metaphysical aspects, because God is going to always help you filter out. God is going to help you filter out, black and white too, what energies and entities should be around and what energies and entities shouldn't. It's as simple as that. So that's what I do. That's what I get into. And I use plant medicines in order to have some type of physical representation of that spiritual intention. And that's all that is. The burning of the different herbs, the burning of cinnamon and bay leaves and protection herbs and the different resins and things, and having certain mixes that I burn them in, because that's significant as well, is having certain mixes for certain occasions. So there's a biblical aspect to what I do. There is an herbal aspect to what I do. And there's a legal aspect to what I do. I definitely, and this is a new chapter for me, however, but I am getting into hoodoo for law. There are herbs that you should take with you if you go in the courtroom. There are certain rituals and protection spells you can put and petition to the Most High God and to the universe, so that you can see a favorable result. So there are plenty of things you can do for legalities as well. And anybody that is spiritual and, you still have legal matters you might have to deal with. So just making sure that you're in alignment with those things before you go into a courtroom, before you go into a deposition, before you get questioned. Or, my thing is, there might be certain things in your chart that leave you predisposed to being harassed by law enforcement. And that might be. But you're not even doing anything. You notice when you start carrying a satchel of certain herb, it stopped. You might have a boss that has been badgering you or bossing you around or mistreating you, and you notice when you put certain herbs in your shoe, they stop. Or it calms down, or it kind of slowly fades out. And that's crazy. You got to watch when you do spells and be observant, because things happen subtly and you will think it's not your intent and your spell you just did, and you cannot be that ignorant. And what you're doing is you are immunizing your magic. You shut your magic down. And it's like you're jabbing your magic and saying, oh, it doesn't even work. My words don't mean nothing. I don't know how it got fixed. It just got fixed. You don't have a capacity to believe in a higher source that could work for you. You're still not connected, is what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'm here to help people with. You got to connect with the Most High. You got to connect with the Most High. So that's what I do. That's what this whole little metaphysical corner is about. Trap with Oracle has been a long time coming, from sewing to selling crystal bottles, now having an actual store. And I mean, it's all part of the growth. It's all part of it. And I'm appreciating the journey. It's a blessing to be here, and I don't forsake it. However, now it's time to step it up. It's time to step it up a notch and really show people what I can do and start helping people on their spiritual journeys, for real. And I'm telling you right now, part of your spiritual journey, it might be fashion, honey. You might need to come Trap with Oracle. Like, that might be one of the most oddest crossovers that might be so necessary. I personally feel it's necessary. Okay, because you're not gonna go to church looking busted. So why are you gonna show up for your ritual at your altar looking busted? You need to look good. You need to look like money. You need to look fresh and happy and whatever. So how you look and how you dress goes hand in hand with your godly nature. And it's not about having $6,000 this and a $5,000 that. It's about knowing quality and investing it into yourself. Okay, because you invest it into yourself, you investing it into God. God sees that. God returns the value of that and show you, oh wow, you're treating yourself rather well. Let me one up and show you what it's like to be on that level then. So that's the Rose of Jericho sent me on a tangent, but just really wanted to show y'all, like, okay, these type of items like this is what I love, because it just kind of helps put you back in touch with yourself and with the Most High. But I got crystals here. We got shungite. This is regular shungite. It's not noble shungite. Emerald. And now this isn't like a super pure emerald, as you can see. It's not like an emerald you would see at a jewelry shop that would be really expensive. It's a basic emerald stone. And emerald is really good if you want to get rid of envy. I feel like any type of green stone is good for, like, if you want to get rid of envy. And also a beauty stone as well. Heart chakra stone. Amethyst, of course, crown chakra, protection. I love keeping amethyst all around me, and purple shades and hues all around me for protection. But I got the U.S. Constitution here. We got a mushroom book, actually showing you and depicting, giving you the Latin names of mushrooms that you can eat and forage them out wild. I got my resins. And then super product spotlight. I have Chakra Candles, which are like really freaking sweet because they have crystals in them. And oh my God, they smell good. They smell super good. Like, no cap. So you got your chakra candles. You can get them one by one, or you could buy the whole set and kind of have like a little, I don't know, a little chakra ritual. 7 days of the week, you know, you light one for an hour and you write for an hour. I don't know. But just little simple things like that, helping people with and suggesting to them so they can get back in touch with themselves, and furthermore, getting back in touch with the Most High, because we came from somewhere. No, I don't have tiger's eyes yet. My little section over here, I want to put a lot of stuff in this section without it looking junky. Like, that's my one thing too. I can't do the junkiness, and it's just too much. So I've been very strategic about putting items in one by one just to make sure they get properly integrated. So definitely by summer, I'm going to keep adding crystals in. But by summer, I should probably have some tiger's eye. Spring. But now that you're requesting it, I might go get some. But yeah, I know I wanted to get some citrine, some orange stones and stuff. Orange stones for spring. And like some lapis as well, just because it's always good to keep that kind of high energy stone around you. So especially when you're like doing a lot and you need energy and stuff like that, you want to use that. But yeah, you guys, that is all. I spent a whole hour talking to y'all. But I love y'all for it. Y'all are really freaking dope for even tuning in with me, and I appreciate and I love y'all. Definitely come shop at the store. Come check me out. I am approachable. Like, you don't have to be, don't treat me like I'm a regular person. So come say hey. And if you have any questions, of course, contact me. You can contact me on Instagram, TrapWithOracle. Or you can email me, info@trapwithoracle.com. And you can go to trapwithoracle.com and contact me as well. You can shop online as well, too. And I'm excited to be putting my metaphysical shop on the site, but it's not up there yet, just as a FYI. All metaphysical stuff is in store only right now. So looking forward to that. Sip and Shop is this Saturday. I'm going to have vegan wine, and I'm super excited about that. It's gonna be some vegan wine in this joint. I'm also gonna have the herbal teas for those who don't drink alcohol, because I mean, we know what it is. We trying to keep it alkaline out here. So yeah, see you guys very, very soon. Peace out.